welcome to Recipes Galore. Today we are making some seafood hush puppies. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and get started and get into our recipe. Now the ingredients that you will need is 1 cup of all-purpose flour. You will need 1 cup of self-rising cornmeal. You will need about a half a cup of crab meat already cooked, and you're going to need about a half a cup of raw shrimp. Make sure that it is deveined and cleaned before you use it. You will need 2 eggs, about 2 green onions chopped very finely, and you will need 2 cloves of garlic. That's what's in there. Those 2 little white things in there is what's in there. 2 cloves of garlic, and you will need about a 1/4 cup of, or should I say, a 1/4 of a red bell pepper, finely diced. And you're going to need a cup of buttermilk. You're going to need some oil. And speaking of oil, I'm going to heat up turn my eye on so my oil can heat up. So it'll be at the right temperature when we get ready to put our hush puppies in. And on this plate, you're going to need a tablespoon of sugar. You're going to need a half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking soda. And you're going to need 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of your favorite Cajun seasoning. Now, my favorite Cajun seasoning is Slap Your Mama. I'll show you what it looks like. This is Slap Your Mama. It is some yummy stuff, and it goes good with a whole lot of things. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix all of our dry ingredients in a bowl. That's our 1 cup of cornmeal, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and we're going to mix all of our seasonings, our baking powder, our sugar, and our baking soda. And we're just going to stir these together so they get all mixed up in our bowl. And that's what's in my bowl. Our smaller bowl, we're going to scramble or beat, whichever one you want to call it, our buttermilk and our eggs. We're going to beat that together. So it's all nice and mixed. And you want to do this process because when you get ready to add it to your dry ingredients, you're only going to stir your dry ingredients until it's moistened. You don't want to over stir it. So we're going to beat the egg and the buttermilk together so that we won't have to overbeat it when we get into our mixture. Now, I am going to take my buttermilk and my egg, and I'm going to slowly add it and stir. Hold on, let me move this back so you can see. I'm going to slowly add this and stir until it is moistened. Okay, everything is moistened. There we go. I'll let you see what I have in my bowl. I'm going to first take my garlic And I'm going to use my microplane and put my garlic in my hand. If you don't have garlic, you can use garlic powder. So I like fresh when I cook, so I use fresh garlic. It gives it a stronger flavor. There we go. I'm going to add my green onions. And my red bell peppers. I'm going to slightly stir this so it can get, I don't want to stir this too much because I definitely want it to stay, I don't want to mix it a lot. I want my hush puppies to be nice and fluffy and not all beaten up. This is what I have in my bowl. Now I'm going to add my shrimp. It's about a half a cup of shrimp. Come on, shrimp. And I'm going to add my crab meat to my bowl. And again, I'm going to just slowly stir that in so it can get all nice and yummy. I'm slowly folding. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm slowly folding this in, just turning it over so that it will get mixed into my mixture. Let me turn it up just a little bit. So you want your oil to be just right. You don't want it to be too hot, or else it'll burn on the outside and the inside won't be done. And then you don't want it to be not enough, because then it'll fall apart in your oil. You don't want to be not hot enough because it'll fall apart. Now I'm going to try this. It's not shaping. So we're going to drop this up in here just like this. And it will rise to the top. Once it starts forming, it will rise to the top. I don't know if you can see this in my pan, but it's rising to the top. And we're going to form another one. Now I like to put these in the grease like the way that I do, because that way I can make sure that it forms that it cooks on the outside before I release it from the spoon. And that way it forms a perfect little hush puppy. Okay, come on. It doesn't want to work with me. There we go. It takes about 3 or 4 seconds. And then you can push it off the spoon. All right, I'm going to put one more in here, and then I'm going to let them do what they do. Okay, now let me grab my rack. I'll grab some paper towels so that I can drain these. when they come out, they're gonna be nice and yummy. And we're almost done. Let me find this first one that I made. Let me flip this one over. Make sure you flip them over in between so they can get brown and cook from all sides. Now, I'm going to take my first one out of here so you can see it. Grab my pot holder and I'll let you see what I'm making. This is my hush puppy. And it's going to be yummy. Now it's hot, but I'm going to see if I can cut it open so you can see what the inside looks like. Ooh. You see the meat in there? That's gonna be a yummy hush puppy. Hush puppies are coming together. I'm gonna put this over here. I'm going to grab these out of here, and then I will continue dropping these slowly so they can cook. All right, another one out of the fire, and here we go. Now don't worry if your hush puppies are not perfect. Trust me. The taste will be spot on. There we go. Woo, that's hot. Hot, 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 hot. Now, you can find this recipe and other delicious recipes on my channel, youtube.com/AskTheNanny. So, be sure you go subscribe, like, comment, and by all means, if you make these recipes, post them on social media and tag me. I want to see what you did. I want to see how they turned out. I want to hear your comments as to how you changed it, if you like this, if you didn't like that. Let me know. I love hearing your comments, and I love hearing what you have to say and how you experimented in your kitchen, because that's what cooking is to me. It's experimenting in the kitchen. And I will see you all next week for another episode of Recipes Galore.